I wanted to say that, on the third Sunday of each month, we talk about radio ministry, but really, probably a better term would just be media ministry, meaning we have various ways we reach out, one of which is through the radio, but that's not the only way. And so several months back, I said to our son, Luke, Luke, it'd probably be good if you were to give a presentation sometime and just update everybody about media ministry. So I have three sons that we're blessed with, and this is our oldest son, who just happens to be his birthday today. So let's give him a greeting and welcome him today. Luke, come on up. And he's going to give a presentation on just kind of the development of our media ministry here. I believe you're good to go.
Hey, hope y'all are doing good today. Good to be here with you as well as our online audience. So over the years, I've kind of come to manage a lot of the IT and technology for our church. And so part of that is our online media ministry. And gradually have kind of taken over that role of taking what we record here and getting that published online to various platforms so that people here can rewatch, or external to our church can go and rewatch that content. So I have a little slide presentation that I've prepared here today to just kind of update you on the past, kind of present and future of what we've kind of been developing with our media ministry, to give you some context as well as where we plan to go with it in the next couple months. So first we'll cover the kind of the history of our media ministry. Next slide, please. Perfect. So here's the history, and in 2013 is really when our media ministry begins. In that year, where's my mom? Back in the video booth. She first uploaded some of our recorded sermons. You'll notice that this is our very first upload on YouTube that I could find. Same rock wall. We might have a different podium since then, but really, maybe not a whole lot has changed as far as the message being put out. But what has changed is our production value, and over the years, we've really tried to continually improve that. Now, of course, 2013, that's about 10 years ago, so next slide. I was pretty young at that point. Obviously, back then I wasn't the one managing it. Credit to that goes to my mom. It was maybe around 2015 or 16 that I started doing a little bit of IT stuff here, and that's kind of grown over the years. So the next kind of milestone in our online media ministry would be our church app. Again, credit goes to whomever came across that, because it's really an awesome platform that 10 years later, we're still on it. It's better than ever. They're continually updating it. Now our website is through that platform. Our live stream is through that. Our podcasts go out through that. It's really an all-encompassing platform for churches like ours to be able to publish online content. And that brings us to our next milestone. The live stream, if many of you remember when we first began doing that in 2020 due to the pandemic, that was really a watershed moment for our church's online ministry. Here's another screenshot of the very first live stream we've ever did. If any of you remember being there to watch that, you'll know that since then I'd like to think we've come a long way. We get the sound on most of the time these days for the live stream viewers, so we've done a little better in that regard. And this was really an important moment, though, where we began to really look at how we could upgrade the production value of our media ministry. That led to things like the multiple cameras we have. Even that whole video booth really originated as a desire for us to have more focus on that video side. And it's also where we began to develop a second church congregation to the one we have here, that being the one online, people who can't always make it out here, whether caregivers, people who have moved away, maybe some who just can't get out as much as they used to. So it really is important in its helping those people feeling connected to our church congregation here. So the next slide, we'll kind of talk about, in the past year or so, what I've kind of been working on. So what was pretty big about a year ago now is our new website that we launched. We had one before it that, I mean, content-wise, it had everything we needed, but the issue is, even me being pretty technically inclined, I could hardly figure out how to update stuff on that website. This website is great because it's so easy to go and update stuff, add new pages. My dad could ask me to make a small change, and within 15 minutes I could have that done. And this, like I mentioned, is done through the people who do our apps, so it's really just cutting out another complication in our online platform, and things just work simply. And it also looks pretty nice compared to the old ones, so that's good. And then in January, we launched our Roku and Apple TV apps. These are really big because, we'll go to the next slide for this actually. The downloads for these have been huge. This is, I don't know if you can read it, but it's a bar chart. Each bar is a year since 2014 of our app downloads. And the different colors represent like which platform those are from. Like the yellow is like Apple, iPads, iPhones. But you'll see in 2023, the most recent bar, it's a huge height difference in it between the other ones. And that's pretty much solely due to all that purple there, which is more than half of it. That's all Roku downloads, which, if you're unaware, Roku, kind of like a Fire Stick or something like that. It's just a smart TV device you can get that lets you get Netflix or other things. But we are one of those channels you can get on there in addition to the familiar ones. So these have been great because our content really does lend itself to sitting down in front of a TV and watching. Giving us sermons about 45 to 50 minutes. Might want to be in a comfortable place for that. Okay, so next slide. This was one that really it's a simple concept, but it took way too long to do. So in the past on our app or website, you would have been able to view all of our sermons since 2014, but they were all in one giant list, however many that is, several hundred. That's not an easy way to find what you're looking for. So what we did this summer is we split those all out into separate collections by year in our website and app. And then Holly and Joe David were kind enough to make this artwork for us, which looks really good to kind of help it pop. But what's awesome about that is how easy it is now to find by whichever year which sermon you're looking for. And so we'll talk about future projects here. Just one. It's another one that'll take a while, though. So what happened with kind of migrating our online media and stuff is that a lot of those uploads for those year collections I mentioned, those are, if you've tried to watch some of the older ones, you'll notice maybe they don't work. It's because the uploads got like corrupted, but I'm working. These are hard drives of every sermon recording we ever have. These are my mom's office, so working on basically one at a time, re-uploading those. It's going to take a very long time, but when it's done, it'll feel great to have all of our online sermons in one centralized area where you can view it all, and it looks really nice. So really, this is a lot of stuff that the credit really goes to all of you guys. What you do and your giving and your generosity and helping us being able to fund ministries like this really, really means a lot. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. So thank you to you all, really. And with that being said, that's about all. So why don't I hand it off to my dad?
Very good. God bless you. Happy birthday. Thank you.